What's going on with y'all, man? Chilling. What's going on? It's about 4:30 in the morning, and it's a Monday. And if you had to ask me how I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling pretty good. My weekend was alright, to say the least. Wasn't like me and my girlfriend fought, but I think this weekend was one of those weekends we just was like, low on money, so we just sat around the house. And with sitting around the house, we wasn't really doing shit. So somewhere down the line, we decided to get drunk. And let me tell you, from my personal experience, I will never get wine drunk again. Never get wine drunk again. I will never get wine drunk again. God damn it. I was so fucked up that I could not walk down the stairs. And I mean to the point where I could barely hold on to shit. I had to hold on to stuff to just do. I had to hold on to stuff to do the basic human movement. Now, I've been drunk before enough. Now, I think if you had to ask me when it comes to alcohol drunk, I can kind of steer myself a little bit when I'm regular alcohol drunk. I mean, when you take a shot to the bar, or you just, if I'm drinking Crown Royal with Coke, which is personally one of my favorites, or margaritas, those are my favorite, my go-tos. But, I can kind of tell, when you're drinking those kind of drinks, you can tell when you're slowly getting more drunk. The way wine happens to you, you drinking wine and you thinking you cool, and then all of a sudden someone mugs you in the back of the head with a fucking crowbar. That's how wine drunk is. I stood up, the whole house leaned and went like this. Hey, never again will I do that. So, in that same instance, I'll be drinking, my girlfriend wants more wine. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to the store with you. Again, I walked down the stairs. I could not get to the point where I got in the Uber. She's like, fuck it, I'll go to the store. Because the store is maybe 10 minutes. No, not even 10 minutes. 5 minutes from the house, right? So she goes, pretty much gets in the Uber by herself. She's like, I'll go. Don't worry about it. I know you fucked up. So she goes to get the wine herself. She's like, don't worry about it. I'll pay for it. So she gets there and she tells the motherfucking Lyft driver, this asshole, she tells him, look, I'm going to buy some wine. I'll be right back. So when she comes back out, and I'm still fucked up to the point, I'm eating bread to try to sober up. She calls me. And again, this is another reason why I'm not getting drunk again. I still be having to handle shit or, take care of problems when I'm fucked up and I can't think straight. So she pretty much calls me outside of the store. And mind you, I am obliterated at this point. I can't even move. Barely. I got to drag myself up to the stairs. I drag myself up to the stairs. I think I might have ate half the pack of bread. Just trying to sober the fuck up to where I can function. I've never been, personally, I've never been this drunk ever. So I'm in the shower trying to get the hot water on my ass just to snap out of it. The phone go off. Oh, the Lyft driver left with my purse in the car. I'm like, dog, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I know my girlfriend very well. She was like, no, I told him to stay. I wasn't gonna be, but a second. We went through the same thing, not the same exact situation, but we told the Lyft driver, look, we going to go buy some alcohol when we went to the hotel for Valentine's Day. Same shit. So she's like, I'm outside the store. I'm standing out here by myself. I'm like, I cannot believe this fucking asshole just pulls off on it. Well, he's like, well, I had another Lyft ride to do. Now, listen, I've done Lyft a lot. I've done Lyft and Uber. I've done 1,700 rides with Uber. Look, man, you gotta have and this leads me into what I'm talking about today. I think I'm on an island with a lot of shit that I think. Because if that had been me and I drove off with someone's purse in my car, I would have just brought it back. This motherfucking dickhead wanted to charge us $40 to bring her purse back that he drove off with in the first place. Now, mind you, I am still fucking drunk. The first thing I want to do is grab a hammer and go off in this nigga's shit. Because I'm drunk, so I'm not necessarily thinking the straightest. If I'd have been sober, I'd have just told the motherfucker what I thought, and that'd have been the end of it. I don't want to cuss nobody out outside my landlord's house. So I'm trying to tell this dude, look, I'll cash app you the money. I'm giving you my money. He's like, no, I need cash. He was one of them Arabian cats. I was like, this motherfucking swindler. Hey, so this motherfucker, she gets back to the house. She's drunk. She's asking me, call him. And I'm still fucked up at this point, trying to like steer myself, figure this shit out drunk, and deal with her at the same time. Hey, again, I will never get this drunk again, because this same thing happened to me when we was at the casino. Like, she's asking me shit, and I'm kind of fucked up, so I'm not like, sober Ronell can kind of like navigate some shit. Drunk me can't halfway do shit when it comes to shit that needs to get handled, because I need to actually sit down and think of shit. And I can't necessarily process it fucked up. But anyway, right? When he finally comes back with a motherfucking purse, he hands me the purse. I hand him the $40. Now, she was the only one that had cash, because the motherfucking dickhead would not. No, you got to pay me cash. I'm like, okay. So when I pretty much grab the purse, I pretty much start like, look here, you piece of shit. Like, you really a bitch ass motherfucker for that. Like, no. Well, I said, listen, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Hey, how you gonna charge somebody their shit to bring them their shit back when you drove off with it in the first place? Trying to like finesse somebody. And again, that leads me to my point now, where it's like, I personally believe that I am on an island with a lot of shit that I think, because I don't sit there and just, when I drove for Lyft and Uber, when I used to do this type of stuff, I don't like, I've had people leave shit in my car before. And listen, if you just tell me the address you at, I use my own gas, man, that bring your shit back. Because I know shit happens to people. You know what I mean? I'm not finna run off with your motherfucking shit and then just charge you money to bring your shit back. Like, I'm not gonna charge you money to bring you your shit back. When I know you left it on some drunk shit, or, you know, by accident. That type of thing has happened. Like, and I've done enough Lyft riding, Uber rides to know that dumb shit happens. But, you know, there's some really weird people in this world that do really fucked up shit to people. Like, it's a lot of y'all, right? And I think this is becoming a pet peeve of mine. Like, when people ask for shit that they're not ready for. Like, not even necessarily not ready for, but you don't necessarily take the time to think about what comes with what you're asking. You think you want the shit you want. You say you want the shit you want. You want to try some shit. And then it comes down to actually doing it. And then you like, nah, I'm not fucking with it. Like, I've come to understand, like, even when I talk to my homeboys, like, you know, they'll tell me shit about women all the time. And I just think to myself, like, bro, you didn't think nothing was going to come from none of this shit? Like, the way my mind processes shit, like, I don't do shit to people that I'm not prepared to wear. Like, I don't cross people on certain areas, or just, I don't do certain shit, because I ask myself, Rona, are you prepared to handle that energy if it come back to you? Like, and I'm coming to understand that most people don't think like that. Like, I'm also a person that's really, really, really big on integrity. Like, I wasn't like this when I was younger. The older I've gotten, the bigger that's gotten. And I'm just someone personally that just would not cross you because I just wouldn't do it. Like, I think about what consequences would be going forward if I make a certain type of decision. And I feel like a lot of people don't consider shit when it comes to anything. Y'all move based in how you think you should move, and then deal with all the fuck shit later. Like, I was watching one of the YouTubers I was watching, that I watch a lot, Jesus Christ, on a panel. And, you know, everybody, I've come to understand when it comes to this masculine man shit, that it's only about 5% of us that think within the space that I do. Like, probably 5% of people I've ever really spoken to, and I mean on the internet, in person, you know, most motherfuckers be with this gender fluid shit. Like, or just, they're not big on it per se, or it's not like a thing that they feel like they need to live up to. Meaning, like, I feel like being a man is a responsibility to a woman. Like, I don't just do whatever the fuck. Like, to me, you know, I always look at my girlfriend like it's a responsibility, like I'm supposed to handle it. And I've come to understand a lot of guys do not think in that realm. Like, okay, say you have a woman, right? and she says that, you know, I'm gonna do this. Let's just take that for example. Like, I'm gonna do this, right? And then, you know, probably 20, 30 minutes later, and I mean, this is some shit that a motherfucker really go hard on, like, and because I'm telling you, this is another pet peeve of mine that sometimes I have trouble watching people do, or women specifically, where it's like, y'all will sell the fuck out of some shit, really go hard at being like, no, I'm gonna do this, and then when it comes down to doing it, or when it comes down to saying it, or when it comes down to following through with it, you change your mind. Like, you just, I don't feel like it right now because I changed my mind on what I previously said. Now, when I watch women do that at this age, I kind of get to a point where I'm just like, you know, I don't necessarily like it, but I kind of understand that's just sometimes how women think. I'm cool with that. Now, what gets on my nerves like a motherfucker, right, is watching a man do that same shit. Like, I feel like, personally, to me, and I might be in 5% of people that actually think this way. My daddy always taught me, you got two things in this world. You got your motherfucking balls and you got your motherfucking word, all right? My word to me is law. Like, and I mean law written in blood on concrete. Like, I don't say things to be saying it. Meaning, like, if I tell you I'm gonna knock your ass out, best believe when I see you, I'm gonna lay you the fuck out. If I tell your ass I ain't fucking with you, best believe that we not squashing this shit no time soon. If I tell you I'm gonna eat all the food in the house, you gonna come home and ain't gonna be shit in the motherfucking fridge. Basically what I'm saying is, I don't say shit to just be saying it. And I've come to understand that most men fling words around the same way women do. And it's the most bitch ass shit that I watch people do, and it's annoying. Like, what the fuck is manhood and masculinity supposed to mean if none of you niggas actually hold up to it? You know, I made a post a while back in one of these groups my girlfriend put me in, and I just watched the responses I was getting. Like, to actually uphold the shit that it actually means to be a man, most of these niggas don't even give a fuck about it. And then you wonder why we are where we are and, you know, what's going on today. Now, I've kind of backed away from that whole argument because I'm not finna be the only one in the field holding a torch. I used to do that shit when I was younger. Be sitting there, oh man, manhood, masculinity. Like, I think this is my personal belief. I'm on an island with that. I've come to understand that I exist alone with some of these thoughts when it comes to doing shit. Right? Because most of you niggas don't give a fuck about standing on shit. Like, y'all move based in feeling. And I get it. Like, I've had my own friends tell me, oh, I'll flake on a girl. I just feel like it's like y'all see women do shit and then y'all just took the playbook from chicks and just started doing woman shit. It's almost like, look, I get keeping the same energy because I'm big on that personally. But to flat out just blatantly do woman shit, that's not something I'm never going to do, personally. Like, I'm not going to see a woman, like, do some woman ass shit and then copy the same woman shit because I felt like it that day. Like, you know, if you try me on some bullshit, I'm going to hand you your same bullshit back, you know, because I'm just not someone that's finna let you slide on shit. I just personally believe that. But to just sit there and blatantly act like a woman because it's convenient, nah. I don't personally believe in that. Like, I feel like even when it comes down to dreams and aspirations, like, a lot of motherfuckers want to be a lot of shit, but y'all not prepared to put the work in. Like, meaning, like, you're not prepared to be disciplined enough to, like, be like, you know what, I'm going to hold myself to not do certain shit in order to reach this certain goal. A lot of y'all still want to basically party and bullshit. And I get it. You know, I'm not telling motherfuckers what to do with their life. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own shit to do. Everybody got their own way to live. I don't even push that manhood shit on men shit, because what I realized when I was watching that panel with the guy I watched from YouTube, you know, his point was 1 of 5. He wasn't like the overall, like, his argument was very strong, and I feel like what he said was the shit that, you know, I would mostly agree with. But when you have these debates with people and these back and forths with folks, you're just one perspective out of 6. Like, we can sit there and have this manhood argument all day long till we blue in the face. You know, we can sit there and Andrew take this motherfucker up, or Kevin Samuels this motherfucker up. But if like, okay, let's say 85% of men believed in a lot of that shit for real and really were determined to live it and stick by their word and, you know, really be men about it. And I mean, be honorable and stand on their shit. A lot of this shit would change. But see, the way a lot of these niggas is nowadays, y'all don't stand for anything. Y'all don't give a fuck about nothing. Y'all gonna do what the fuck y'all want to do. Y'all basically want to behave the same way women do, which is just like there's no consequences and no rules for it. I would go as far to say is that a lot of y'all have pussy envy. Like, a lot of y'all want to do what women do. Y'all don't want to be men. Y'all want to be women in man bodies. And I get it, man. Like, being a man, I mean, I don't know. Well, being the kind of man that I feel like I am, it's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of work. There are times I do shit that I don't necessarily feel like doing. You think, man, listen, if I did the shit I felt like doing, I would not be out here at this motherfucking field at 4 a.m. trying to drive this truck for one. I'd be at the house eating an egg sandwich and I'd be still playing Tekken 7. Like, if I did the shit I felt like doing every day, like I'd just go to the gym, I'd probably work a little, because I mean, the job that I would need to take care of myself wouldn't be that much. But I'm not finna like do less to make sure everybody else does more. Like, I'm not finna half-ass my effort. Like, I'm just not finna half-ass the people I love. I'm just not finna half-ass myself. I'm just not finna half-ass it. Like, and a lot of you niggas are okay with half-assing this shit. And I get it. So I don't get mad at men the same way I used to. At least I try not to. You know, I try not to hold, I try not to even hold motherfuckers I'm cool with to the same standard I hold myself to. Because one thing I've come to understand about, you know, the motherfucker, even the niggas I'm cool with and the people I know, the people I have conversations with on the regular, y'all gonna do what the fuck y'all want to do, and y'all not gonna give a fuck about holding yourselves to nothing but the shit you feel like holding yourself to. And until you start learning some type of accountability, none of this shit will change. And I'm not mad at it, because I know I'm not personally the problem. But, you know, whatever, nigga. I'm gonna get this paperwork, crank this truck up, and I'm gonna take my black ass to work, like I said I was gonna do, regardless of how the fuck I feel about it.